Hey guys, welcome to Chits PC Lounge for our video today. I hope you're all doing very well and enjoying your day. We're going to talk drip price a little bit today while we wait for some news on the animal farm. No new news on that just yet. I do expect we'll hear today from Forex about that. The swap page on the animal farm site should be live at some point soon, where you can swap your pig tokens, V1 to V2, and your LP as well. And no one has to do anything with the piggy bank, just so you know. It'll be auto moved over and just start again. That's what I hear. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. So don't compound your piggy bank in its current state. Just wait for the announcements and when that's live again. And we're still waiting on the animal farm swap page, but it should all be done very soon. Bit more patience with that, and hopefully it all gets sorted out for us to start earning some more passive income. Right, anyway, to drip. This is my faucet account. I'm not going to go over how drip works and stuff like that. There's tons of videos on YouTube about your 1% a day, your taxes, and all that kind of stuff. And same with the reservoir. This is underutilized, I think, and I'll put some money in there myself maybe next month to try and support the token a bit more. But we're talking price, but you can see mine is pretty low deposit wise. I started off with just a drip, and that was in January when the price was $78 or something like that. I got into drip and quickly added to my position, and I think I was at around 6 drip when I stopped investing. And you can see I've almost doubled that already. So it might have been around 6.5, and the rest has been compounding. And as I'm compounding, that's starting to bring my deposits higher and higher. And I know it's a very small pool, but most of us are small fish, aren't we? There's not many of us have got hundreds of thousands of dollars to put into a project. We work really hard to for our money to put into this kind of stuff, and you put in what you can afford. We can't all afford to invest large sums of money, and that's why I like drip, because I don't have to. I can't afford £100,000 or 50 grand or even 10 grand. I could afford a couple £100, and that's what I'd put into drip, a few £100 from my miners. My miners, they mine Ethereum, or on NiceHash, my Ethereum gets paid out as Bitcoin, and that's the money I use for my DeFi plays. I very rarely put my own money into anything, and most of my money in drip is miner money, and I've put around 20% in myself out of my entire drip. So, and that I think that's what the stuff I've got in the garden, and the garden's building up nicely as well. So yeah, that's what I do. I mine cryptocurrency. So right now I'm mining on Unminable to get some tether and that's the smart chain tether, so I can start to buy into drip down the road. So yeah, only afford what, well, not afford, only put in what you can afford, and use this compounding, this 1% a day compound, to work your way up. Ignore the USDT right now. It's a low price, we know that, compared to where it was, but it's still a very good price to start thinking about your journey with drip if you're not in at all, or you're in but you got in at the highs and you think you've got a bit of spare money. You can dollar cost average your position, and then if you go back up to 60, 70, you'll be looking good. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I am growing my deposits, trying to ignore the US dollar value, trying to mine a bit of money to put in. If we get much lower, I can start feeding a bit of that money in, and hopefully I can grow my deposits pretty fast for that 1% a day. It'd be nice to get into three figures by the summer if possible. Don't know if it is possible. We'll see. It should be. But we'll have to see. We've got the garden as well. I think at points I had more dollar value in the garden than I did the faucet. But if you are getting in, the drip guide has a fantastic guide, which is yeah, that's his name, drip guide. He does fantastic things for drip. He has a 53-minute video from start to finish, all about what is drip, the taxes, referral system, the fountain, how to earn your 1% a day, that's your dividends, your hydrating. This is the video I watched before I even invested in drip. I read a lot about it. I watched I watched many AMAs with Forex Shark because he goes into some detail about drip in so many AMAs I've watched. And yeah, that's when I pulled the trigger. I thought I'll get in, even with a small amount. I thought that's worth my time. And so drip today on the drip community page is in the low 40s, I believe, 42, and it's $48.18 on the drip BUSD. So that's slowly coming down. But what I wanted to do is we've got this current price action, and we know that drip's been on this massive downtrend. But if you scale back, the price for drip BUSD is not recorded any earlier on this website, and I believe that's because the pool got added later. But this chart here made me think that looks very similar to what we're doing now. You know, we've had a rally and we've hit a high, 31, 32, and a long downtrend of basically just selling. And at one point, this token went all the way down to, let's just move that side there. That's $6, $6.30, something like that. So we had this big downfall, and this fills me with confidence for what's happening today. And from what I've researched on the token, it's had many cycles like this where it's hit a high and then it comes down. And this happened in August, and it lasted around a month and a half. So it went from 10th of August to 29th of September, so well over a month. And right now we've kind of got a similar chart where we've come down quite a lot from, at that time would have been, at least on this chart, it's the all-time high. I don't know if it was actually the all-time high on the BNB pool. But you can see very quickly with this big spike straight away afterwards. And this gives people that confidence, whether they think, oh, I've missed the bottom, and everyone rushes to get in, and you start that momentum, and that's what we need right now. This is what I think is going to happen. I don't know where we are right now on this chart in terms of today. Are we like somewhere here? We're a bit further to go to the bottom. But I do think it's coming close to a point now where the price is getting so cheap to where it was that people are going to start putting some money in because they can get drip. You could get one drip for $170 not too long ago. If you can get a drip for $35 and build a position with your compounding, to me, that's a great opportunity for the small investor like me and your average investor that might just put a bit aside for, trying to get lucky with a project or whatever. Most of us don't have that kind of big money to, get 100 drip, 500 drip. But at these prices now, it's getting to a point where you could, put $200 in there, and you've got what 4-5 drip. If you've only got a couple of drip, you can add to your position fairly cheaply. And then the further we go down, that's what's going to happen. But as you can see on this price chart, sideways, then we shot right up, and this is when the Safe Moon community started to come in January, end of December kind of style. The Safe Moon guys started to do videos on it, and this massive growth here, where we shot up to 170-ish. But yeah, I'm not scared of the price today because it's happened before. and it's just a replay of past price movements. Yeah, we went past the support level, which I thought might have held, or we might have saw a bit of a relief rally. So I don't know where we can look now for price. There's nothing really here on this chart to suggest any sort of support, but we can go back a little bit more. So we had a point a price point here where we hit a few times at $30, and then you've got a lot of consolidation and things lower than that. And if you're looking for an absolute bottom, I suppose you'd say about $13. But I can't see us getting there. I think the buy pressure is going to be too big here in this zone for us to get down to these levels. You can buy a token now. Everyone knows about Drip. It's got longevity. It's been around for almost a year. These new drips have got developer fees in the tax protocols, which is always a bit of a red flag because it's just money going straight to the developer, not going back into the product or the project. And I really see Drip outlasting all of them. I really do. We've got Forex Shark working hard on stuff right now. We know in the future we've got the Pancake Swap partnership, which is going to be huge. Your big whales are going to want to get in on that. I really do think so. And they'll be watching these prices, guys. At some point around here, these big whales are going to pump some money in. You know they are, and that's going to cause a momentum shift, and everyone's going to start piling in again, and we're going to get back to these levels. I'm sure of it. I'm not an advisor at all, but that's my belief. Because you know what happens when something starts to tick up, everyone gets that confidence and starts to follow suit. That's what I think will happen with Drip. It's just a bit of a pain right now while the price is still coming down, but I don't see it going down that much further, to be honest, from where we've been. To me, 30 would be the absolute bottom for me. I think that's the lowest I can see it going. But crazy stuff can happen in DeFi and in crypto. So don't take my word for that. That's just my opinion. All of this is my opinion. Obviously, do your own research. Watch the Drip guide if you know nothing about Drip. It's fantastic. But that's what I think about the price. I think we've been here before. We're gonna hit better times very soon. Just waiting for a bit of a curl and some bullish signals, and I'll be in. All the indicators and things are in well oversold territory, but Drip's a bit different to your other kind of coins and tokens because you get that 1% a day. It's having quite an effect on the garden as well. I see a lot of people who aren't happy about their Drip garden value and stuff like that. But look at this chart. If most people that got in the garden lately would have got in on this downtrend, and that's just accelerated that decay that we get in the garden, which has caused the plant price to go down a lot faster than it should have gone. So my advice there is when this does bottom out in the garden, you're going to be heavily rewarded for your compounding, having your patience, not just pulling it all out. You're going to harm your garden a lot more right now, pulling out. And I get that you want your money out if you think it's going to go lower, but the garden's a different kind of beast to the Drip token itself. Harvesting is going to bring your LP down quite a lot in a downtrend. You want to wait for a better opportunity to get out or get something out. You've got to play the game properly. There'll be better times to harvest from the garden. That's my opinion on that one. I do love the garden. My next target is 500 plants. We're doing quite well there. We're kind of moving up fairly fast. We was at 300 on the 8th of March, and now we're at 374. And we've got 2 plants that need to be compounded. I'm just waiting for the next one because I missed my compound point. I don't know where seeds. So as a wait for animal farm, I do think it's important to get a bit of a long-term perspective on the Drip token and how powerful that 1% a day can be. And I really do think there's better times coming for us, guys. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.